Come on in the room.
Uh-oh.
Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor. And he writes out all of my prescriptions. He brings all of my medicine in the room.
Yeah, that was Pitbull.
What you singing? Let's go. Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
I don't want to make you what you call it,
What you making me?
embarrass you in front of your people because my saying so much. Baby, what?
Look, if you don't fix your face,
Don't be baby and me. Fix your mouth. Stop calling my name.
I call your name, girl.
Baby and you.
Ever rockin' lonely, baby.
What up, though?
Listen, you are listen. Leave it up there so I can see who it is.
No, you need to stop drinking.
You
and
didn't
pay
say
attention.
who it is.
What's up, though?
I did, but you
Yashika,
and you didn't say
Shakina.
it. You gonna get a fail on tonight.
Nah, you get a fail on tonight, baby. Now you singing wax songs.
As you come in, tell us where the money reside. Where the money reside? No, where you from? Where you at? Something. You is what's wrong with it.
Yeah,
it's
you run your mouth.
It's you.
It's you.
Cedric is you.
Your mouth.
Where your song at? Sing it. Sing it.
I don't with you. You and your stupid crew.
Why is he ignorant?
Got a million trillion things I'd much rather do
Ignorant.
than to be messing with you. Who said that?
You can't see?
I can't. No, I don't know who that is.
Yashika.
I can't see. I don't know who that is.
Yashika. Yashika sent that.
Something happening. My stuff ain't coming up. Oh, it's because wait a minute. Let's see here.
Come on in. Tell us who's here. Tell us where you're from. How did you fare with Hurricane what the name is? Ian?
Mm-hmm. So this should
be my high Florida, unfortunately. Hey, Mike.
Mike in Hall.
Oh, she's from Douglas, Georgia. Did y'all got weather up there? Did y'all get Ian? Ian and whoever else, Ian cousin them. Anyway, I'm thankful that we are amongst the land of the living. Look on that screen. Look on that screen where he from. Beirut, Florida. I'm so done with him.
Who? Ain't that wrong with it? Do your thing, baby. Do your thing, baby.
Yeah, I think one time it was supposed to come towards y'all, but it ended up changing. So I'm glad. My son is in Georgia, so I'm glad it didn't get up all in y'all grill like it did us. It just dumped so much water.
Are you all in my grill?
Can you get saved? Every song you sing that is not. I started coming in the room.
No song.
You did. You saying I don't mess with you.
Yeah, because you got your microphone in my mouth.
There's a microphone saying.
Right.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love for you, baby. Take us to church, choir boy.
Choir boy? Oh boy.
You remember that? Yeah, it was one called Choir Boy. I got nothing but love.
Yeah, I don't watch that movie all the time.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't deal with him. Anyway, take a minute to share this to your page so
I
we
don't
can
know, I
get
can't
started.
Something going on here.
And good stuff. I am tired. I feel like Ian made me tired. That's so nasty, son. I feel like Ian.
This is why is it? Wait a minute. Yeah. Nope. Let's see. You got me as said in the engine. What's that noise? Is that your brain?
He asked me, was that my brain? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing?
You thinking real hard. It's just be crunching, making noise.
Anyway, last week we had a very, very good discussion, and I'm actually really happy that we were able to we actually had a good talk last week. I can't remember the details of the talk, because we talked about a few things, but I put tonight the highs and lows of marriage.
Die high.
Must you be ignorant?
Listen. You don't get enough calling me names.
What to do? You gonna domestic violence me?
First of all, you need to get your hot breath off of my neck. That's what you need to do. It's called tic-tac.
Whatever.
Tic-tac-toe.
So anyway, we talked about last week accountability. Remember what we talked about last week, right?
Mouth. I got it. That's the test. I just want to make sure it's working. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Hey, please don't write nothing else, please. I ask a question.
Baby, you talking. Go ahead.
No, I ask you a question. I'm waiting on a response. Don't you put that mess on that.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Get on my nerves.
I don't know what we did last week. I can't remember. I'm going to like it too. Since you stopping me, Florida.
All right. Last week we talked about life and how things happen. Thank you. See, that's when you had a teacher profession.
What's up, Michelle?
Hey, Michelle. So I know we talked about a variety of things, but accountability.
We talked about something I can't remember.
You ain't trying to remember.
First, how you gonna tell me what I'm trying to do?
Because you was looking at
That's
the phone.
why our relationship won't go to the next level.
What level do we need to go to?
First, again, you close with the breath.
This is for better or for worse. Come
on. Hot. Go on now. Smell like firecracker smoke.
Firecracker smoke? What is that? Who says your breath smell like firecracker smoke?
Somebody blew up some M80s up in here. Go on now. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. You harassing me.
So first of all, it's October. We survived Hurricane Ian. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I wear pink every day. This is
you got no pink now.
Use a lie. Pink in this shirt, pink here, pink on my nails.
Their nails ain't pink. It's brown. Boo boo.
Brown like boo boo. Is that what you're doing now? But I had on a pink outfit earlier, but I had worked it out in it, so I had to do something. I got to get skinny. Glad to see y'all doing what the storm was off. Yes, it was. I think the storm. What was she? Aren't you in Tampa or something? That storm.
No, she was right in the middle of it. She was in Tampa.
Just was leaving water, like somebody just turned on the bathtub and just left it running for days and days and days. I was like,
the bathtub,
like you couldn't get off your street. Like it was flooded on all the ends of it. It was a mess. That wasn't the worst as far as water is concerned.
A lot of water.
We had some water in some rooms, so wasn't. I mean, I dare not even pretend like our life was anywhere near what I see these people got going on, because these people lost. The house was under. It's quite a couple of our church members. Their house was told they had to be rescued by boat. If you ain't had to be rescued by boat, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Rescued by boat.
By boat.
Boat.
So, of course, again, marriage and if you were in a storm, will definitely cause you. Oh, she was not affected. I'm in Alabama, not affected. So
she saw the videos and the pictures.
look, we be looking at the picture like, oh my God.
Listen, she in Alabama, finally they had one that they weren't affected by. It seemed like everyone that come in the Gulf go to Alabama.
Oh,
In the Gulf Coast over that way.
Look, once
Alabama, Mississippi. They sat one out finally.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know I didn't know they got it regularly. Regularly, in the words there.
Yeah, they last few to hit.
Look, Adelia said Ian was peeing.
Okay.
Well, Ian had a UTI, because you know when you have UTI, you pee all the time, or bladder infection, whatever. Yeah, Ian peed so much that it was ridiculous. That was absolutely nuts.
But that's because it was a very slow moving storm.
So you know what? What's the scripture?
It was moving about 8 miles an hour.
And so he said, because I didn't understand, so I was trying to figure out.
It was a very big storm and very slow. Dumped lots of water.
And you know, I never understood that. I had to have my husband break it down for me. Because I'm like, why is this storm making us bend the water? But y'all want to say that global warming stuff is real. Because these storms are getting so bad. Listen, they had
well, that's the reason that it was so powerful. Because the water in the Gulf was so warm. The warmer the water is, the more strength the hurricane picks up.
Shut up, Sean. What my son talking about? Oh, you smart. Baby, you had a shot.
No, I'm sorry.
You went from leaning back to leaning all the way forward. Stop doing that with your silly self. All right. So I said the highs and lows of marriage, and we're trying to have a couple on every week on the show to have some conversations. We're going to have a series about infidelity.
That's what I was thinking of. We had a sidebar last time of communication. Remember the girl asked a question about communication.
Oh, but that wasn't really what the show was about, but yeah.
No, but I'm saying
we talked about
it was a lengthy sidebar though.
Okay.
We went down a rabbit hole briefly.
You
were Alice in Wonderland.
I am in Central Alabama, so we get a lot of tornado. Ooh,
they're more worse.
Now I ain't never the tornado. See, I done watched Twister too many times. I'm scared.
Cult classic Twister.
Well, that could be Storm Chasers, man.
No. What? First of all, you coughing and spitting on my neck. That's number one.
I did not spit on you
on the TV. You just wilding. I don't want to be a storm chaser, honey, but you go right ahead. I'll build you whatever vehicle you want to go in the midst of the storm, in betwixt the winds.
That's not right.
You mean that's not right? Is that what you want to do? I'm supporting you. I'm undergirding you.
So
you don't want to be undergirded?
You guys can, if you have something that you want to talk about, the highs and lows of marriage, is a topic, something. First of all, take a minute to share this to your page. If you can share this live to your page, I greatly appreciate it, so that more people can come in, more people can be a part. Are you really being, babe? What you doing?
You supposed to be talking. You calling attention to what I. Oh God. You got my phone doing stuff, Siri doing stuff.
All right, taking purposeful time to date. Oh, Adelia, you're gonna step on our toes when you do that, okay? So, honey, do we take purposeful time to date?
We do.
When?
We went to the movies 2 times and dinner.
2 times in how many years?
It doesn't matter. It was a whole pandemic.
Listen, 2 times in 27,000 years.
Right. It's a whole pandemic. Don't act like you were leaving the house during the pandemic at all.
Our hot water heater went out on Thursday morning. Gives us a new meaning to cold shower. Ooh,
oh yeah,
that ain't it. I like scalding water.
Well, I ain't got to have all that, but cold is not it.
Wow.
Yeah, you acting like you not xenophobe, not xenophobe. What is it?
But we
germaphobe.
But we used to be intentional about our dating, even if it was taking rides together. So that was in our comfort zone.
$4 a gallon. You're not doing that.
I'm not worth $4 a gallon.
You're not taking rides. We can sit on the couch and act like we riding and put on the TV.
Y'all not gonna help me.
If I go with no rides in the car and $4 a gallon, are you crazy? $4 gas, talking about a ride.
Cedric.
No, boo. we,
So I
get on that bike.
and my husband's so serious, y'all. When I tell you he's serious, he's so serious. That's why it's awful. So why? What do you do for your dates? Are you? I mean, do you schedule them? Because there's an area that you want for being spontaneous to be spontaneous, but then
if you schedule everything, you can't be spontaneous.
Right. So what do you
spontaneity?
How do you balance that? What would you say?
I'm unsure because I'm on the spontaneous side and you're on the scheduling side.
All right, Adia says we restarted Friday date night or sub another day if something. And we have to do that. I know he said, I know he's being extra like he always is about $4 a gallon, but we definitely have to make sure right. And this is what we got to do.
You didn't read it, just said right.
A specific.
Oh wow. You embarrassing me on national TV.
A specific day holds accountability. I'm sorry. A specific.
Okay then.
Yeah, you've been trapped in the closet.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the word she said holds us accountable.
Specific, honey.
Yeah, but I like the fact too that they are able to change it if something comes up. So they sub another day. They're just not pigeonholed to Friday. And if you can't do it Friday, they don't do it at all.
Well,
So
and that's
good.
True. Yeah. Do we?
Because as you say, life happens.
It happens all the time.
Every day.
And the problem with it is that sometimes it happens. So many different things happen, not like the same day, but happen so frequently that you get off of your regular and you then it's no longer regular anymore.
Michelle says, we must take time to laugh with one another. Y'all do a great job of that. I love it.
I don't know laugh with one another. He laughed at me, Michelle, and I don't know if I appreciate that.
Again, Adelia says, sometimes we just watch a movie at home and eat at home.
Right, and that's the thing. We used to do things.
Come up. I know that's right. I'm Tevin Campbell. Can we talk? Cause it's free.
That's where you at? Can we talk? Cause it's free.
What? Oh my goodness! Everything's so expensive.
It is, but you know, if you want to do things on a budget, you can.
Yeah, but then when you go eat somewhere and it be nasty, and you don't spend all that money, I'd be tight.
You be mad?
Yeah, I'd be wanting to throw that to-go plate through a window.
Through a window.
Mm-hmm. Get those nasty food back. I have some of your water.
You want some of my water? My breath smell like chain smoke?
Yeah.
Firecracker smoke, what you said?
It's a sacrifice.
See, y'all, I'm not petty.
Water tastes like swamp juice. But it's cold, though.
I can't stand you.
You'd be mad if I drunk it all?
No, because I'm not unlike you. I don't watch, live in that zone that you do. Michelle said, Adelia, that's good. And you know what? When the thing about it is that when our kids were younger, we did a lot of
in the home dating,
adjusting to what we needed to do, and in the home dating, and it actually worked for us because at that time we needed conversations and time, and the movies and things like that would have not given us the intimacy that we needed.
Especially since my wife will leave, go get coffee for the rest of the movie.
If you don't stop telling them lies, I mean,
well, you was
okay. Listen,
you were asleep before you left.
It's a comment over there. Now don't do that.
Adelia says, but we just let others know we are unavailable or have an appointment. Laugh out loud. It works to protect the time. We are caretakers, so we really have to plan.
All right, so we're gonna start there.
Right.
So Adelia says that we let everybody know that we're unavailable. How do you do that, and do you do that? We used to do that
course.
regularly, but we don't do that as much anymore. As far as like we had a time that was just our time, but we don't do that anymore.
That's true.
And I think we just got away from it little by little,
right.
And then next thing you know, you back in that same thing.
Well, I think the because now we have so much going on, the time has to be fluid. It can't be rigid time like it was before.
But I'm saying, so okay, so it can be rigid time, but in your rigid time, can it be that we set our phone to do not disturb for that time limit?
That's fine with me.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have no problem with that.
Again, being able to adapt.
You can set my phone do not disturb every day.
No, because you be on that phone.
Yeah, right.
You bees on that phone.
I don't at all. That's why I be missing your call, my woman call, everybody call.
No, but baby, you be on the phone, but you like even when you're doing something, but it be about somebody, it be calling about people about jobs and stuff, but it be consistent. So it's always the most inopportune time. The one time I do get where we just sitting there, be like,
yeah, somebody call me. It ain't because I'm calling nobody.
I ain't say you called nobody.
You said I did on the phone. That is a misnomer.
I said
untruths.
I said we be on the phone. I said you be on the phone.
I will not stand for it. That's why I'm sitting down.
Can you get this off the screen? Still ragged yourself. So anyway,
you just took it off. Why you asked me to do it?
So here's my thing. We talk about being intentional, starting a date night.
Right.
Start a date night, being unavailable during that date night to others. Because when you do that, it shows how important to your spouse you are.
So what if mama and them insist on calling during that time? What you do?
The response is the same.
And what is the response?
You don't answer it.
You don't answer your phone at all?
If for an hour or two, yes, they can live. And if you feel like that's going to be an issue, then you notify them ahead of time. Hey, we're getting ready to start date night. Won't be available for a few hours.
Okay.
Or 2.5 months.
No, it was 5. Along with your not reading, don't count too good either, huh?
All right, so we marry people, and if you have another topic, you can throw it and drop it in there. We perform weddings, and one of the scriptures that, of course, I love. We talk about Corinthians all the time, but there's one said, "Love beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things." What is all things, though? Is all things? Oh, it's another. Let me see. Let's read this before we get started.
We both have to agree or communicate if something comes up and plan another day. It can be hard to maintain, but takes work. I communicated and notify some people ahead of time if I know they are sensitive. And I can't see what kind of emoji that is. And you is little.
Like a sweat emoji, like, whew, No,
I can't tell. It's little.
So that
jumbo the emojis out.
We can't jumbo the emoji. But agreed, Adelia. We got to get back into that, because the funny thing is that when we pouring so much out to people and to couples, sometimes
we need to be replenished.
No, not sometimes. We frequently need to be replenished. And
well, you said sometimes. I just say we need to be replenished.
And when we're not replenished, what happens? It comes out in our interaction, and our
and jacking the fool. That's pretty much what happens. Acting out.
So it's just me acting out.
Off the chain.
Ignorant. All things can get heavy. Be prepared.
Oh, you better believe it. It's
yes.
Very, very heavy.
So when this says, let me go to one for it. All right. So where's the one?
Shout it out when you know it.
I'm trying to figure out which scripture is. Because Yashika was saying that in their wedding video, that section I do with love does not keep count. That actual part they put into their little collage, that is always big for me, because
that's
I think
you want me to look for that while you talk.
You can. It's one of them in there. The problem is,
you said love doesn't boast, right?
I didn't say anything. So the problem is that we often operate with our spouse in in pettiness, meaning that you done did that 5 times, or you do that every month, or you do that. And I want to talk about when it says love beareth all things. Beareth all things. We hear often, there was somebody that said that their spouse had mental or emotional issues. And they said, are they required to what is it, help heal them or something? They said, you remember that? It was a while ago. Was it help heal them? I remember, but the thing about that, first of all, you can't heal anybody.
Well, but you can help them on down the path.
You can help them,
encourage them.
You can, but encourage them, but you can help to
facilitate is the right word,
right?
So
because so the person felt like they didn't sign up for all that,
and you didn't. But you actually really you didn't sign up for all that, but you did.
Okay, dude's playing.
Well, no one gets married thinking that my wife is going to get cancer, or my wife is going to be sick, or my wife is going to be in an accident and become a paraplegic or a quadriplegic. No one goes into marriage saying, I can't wait for that time to come. But when you get married, it's for better or for worse, to death do us part. So you don't sign up for it, but you do.
Agree.
Because you think you're going to be young forever.
Right.
And 20, 30 years in, you're like, oh, wait a minute. You sick? You got this going, you got that going. I'm sick, I got this going, I got that going. Like, that ain't it. But it is what it is.
So part of what that person said was that I guess they didn't feel like it was disclosed to them, whatever emotional damage that was done. But my thing is, first of all, with the emotional damage, you don't always know your emotional damage.
Correct.
There was quite a bit of emotional damage that I found out during the course of our relationship. I didn't know that to give to you ahead of time.
Yes, you had exorbitant amounts. But
take it back.
We went through it.
Take it back.
We got you.
Take it back.
Where you need to be.
Take it back.
It's true.
I had an exorbitant amount?
Yes. You had a lot. I didn't realize it. You didn't either.
You had none.
I didn't say that. We talking about you right now.
See how he threw me under the bus, y'all?
I didn't throw you under nothing.
Them vows come in when hard.
Yeah, buddy.
Listen.
So that's what I'm saying. It's you don't always know, because you didn't know what you had going on. But who's gonna tell the worst of themselves to anybody anyway? You're not gonna do that until years down the line.
But should you? Okay,
like you dating somebody and it's getting serious. Like, man, this could be the one. You know what? I got daddy issues. No one said ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got mama issues. I got abandonment issues. I'm this, I'm that. Like, no one ever gonna say that.
I mean, I'm sure somebody has.
Who? Before now, you gonna marry me first, then I'll tell you I'm all messed up. But we married now. That's like the used car salesman sell you that car. You ain't trying to tell you what's all going on with that car. You got to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. Well, marriage does come. Well, we always use the comparison of a truck, of a U-Haul. When you get married, you move together with some luggage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might have 5, 6 bags, maybe 10. You know, you unpacking your shirts and your underwear, your shoes, whatever. But then, it varies on the couple. A month, a year down the line, the U-Haul backs up and drop out the rest of your crap. And you was like, wait, we ain't got room for that. I didn't even know you had that. Where did that come from? Oh, I had that in storage.
Right. And the storage bill is overwhelming. So we need to bring it all to the house.
And honestly, that's really what it is. That at that point, you have issues that come to the house and you got to deal with them. And I believe that's at the point where a lot of people lose their marriage.
Well,
when those U-Hauls back up that I didn't account for
right.
because I like this guy because he was XYZ, or I like this girl because she was ABC, and then
That's because what we said frequently is that you get married based on some type of service or aesthetics. Then when things get tough, like, hey man, or that service is no longer readily available.
well, but I'm saying, but even if the service that they're doing is available, that service means nothing when you got baby daddy, baby mama, you got daddy issues, mama issues, family issues, job issues, insecurities, all of it.
All the issues waiting on me.
Right.
Yeah, lesson. And it can, like Michelle said, it can be quite overwhelming.
Yes, that's a word. Listen. And the thing about it is that I don't think that everybody is misleading on purpose. Like
Oh, of course
the
not.
issues that I had emotionally, I didn't know that I had those.
Right. Well, but especially with our generation, we were trained by our parents to always present your best self
Right.
at all times, regardless of what was going on.
But see now, but you when you're dating, you let your guard down to that person that you really start to feel like you go. Like I
barely.
I shared stuff with you. Now you did. You had
No, I'm saying,
walls.
but it still was not to the point that I knew that you were messed up like you were.
First of all, quit saying first of all, you gonna quit saying I wasn't messed up. But I did have some stuff. I had a situation that I didn't even realize was affecting me.
Right.
And Cedric asked me about it, and I couldn't remember the details of it. We're watching a movie one night, and I'm talking about this is years into it, and I just started crying. And I remember, Brian, don't laugh at him. That's not nice.
Don't laugh at me.
And I just started crying, and that brought back all of the details. The movie had nothing to do with the situation that happened to me, but Cedric went to explain that we put things in a protective space. Right. And so sometimes when your spouse is acting out, it's not about you.
Right.
It is about childhood trauma. It could be parents, it could be family rejection, it could be, incest, it could be, abuse. And then
I'm saying it ain't just childhood trauma. People get traumatic experiences.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's childhood trauma, and it's because we don't deal with it, or we were not taught how to deal with it, it builds. And so this abused and a battered child becomes abused and like this, like, don't hug me, don't touch me. Like, it's, women say, don't touch me. So for one of the ends, what Lena said, he had like, right here, like I was white coat crazy. You see him? But Lena, in his defense, I did have a lot of things. And when you normalize, I'm just like that. I'm just like that. I'm just like that. And then you start to look at all my, I'm just like that. I'm just like that, which is not normal. Then you realize I really am messed up emotionally. And if we talk about it, and truth be told, but see, now we get in a place where our spouse can't tell us anything. You can't tell us that.
Well, not just spouse, anybody. Everybody's so super sensitive about everything. Like, nobody can take anything, any kind of criticism. Like, you're not my friend. You told me something I don't like.
I talked to somebody about the other day. We were talking about Christians throw a rock and hide their hand. No, some of that's accountability. Right. You need somebody that's going to check you when you're getting off task. Right. Because how do you get better? How do you grow? I had women that check me as a wife. I've had people that check me as a Christian. I've had people that just check me in general. I didn't like it at the time because being checked does not feel good. Right. But if you want to grow in life, in finances, in business, in family, and whatever, you got to be able to have somebody that's going to check you. Right. Because you're not perfect. You're not going to be perfect. And there is no, like, we were talking about doing that level, check your account, check your level, on do the Christian test. How are you as a Christian? You know how you are as a Christian. You can fake with anybody else, but
Michelle says we all have those deep buried issues. We can be walking around thinking we are just fine. Then boom,
Why you had to do the boom like that?
Because that's how she wrote it with a little boom. You got to read it with emphasis like it's written. Anyway,
so yes, Michelle, you're right.
I'm practicing for my new TV narrator job.
So anyway, I wish, I don't know that there would have been anything different that I could have done before we got married to expose those areas, because I didn't know about some of those areas. Correct. A lot of the areas I didn't realize was an issue.
That's right. Boom.
Brian, don't do that.
That's how I just pop up in your life. But with you, like boom, 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 boom. boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, it's you.
Listen, y'all, I'm not great sound effects. No, but did y'all hear all the booms? That's all the bums from me.
Boom, 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 boom,
but
boom,
listen, there was a point in my life that he couldn't say anything to me. Now there's one life he didn't know how to say nothing to me. He not saying nobody.
No, there's a point in life I couldn't touch you either.
Right, and that was one of my issues, not being able to be touched. Like if he would touch me in my sleep, I would jump. Didn't realize because of past, what do you call it?
Situations. We just leave it at that. Anyway, Adelia says, "Amen. At times we gotta go get help individually or as a couple. When the boom is too much to see straight."
Listen,
and boy, I was seeing quadruple doubles.
Yeah, she could. Don't laugh at him.
I was like,
look at the camera and do what you just did again.
I will not.
Now, let's talk about counseling, because you just said go get help. Why is it that church people and Black people have an aversion to counseling? Black men especially.
Because, well, I think it's a couple of things, and everybody's not the same.
Such Lena.
One of the things is, I don't want to do right, so I don't want nobody to tell me what I'm doing wrong. You know.
So you don't want accountability.
Correct.
You know what? Okay, pause here.
So that's one
pause
here.
Yeah. Because you ever told your spouse something and you know it didn't make sense, but you done said so much that they like, okay. But then when you gotta say that out to somebody else, you like, that's gonna sound real dumb.
Yeah, like, nah, brother, that ain't me.
We done had somebody tell us something, and they were talking. We was like, we didn't even say anything. We both looked like this.
Like, hold on, say that again.
Say what?
Say what?
What you say? And they're like, well, he said, and I said, so tell me what you said again. And they don't want to say what they said because saying
they know it sounds so.
Well, here's the thing: saying stuff out loud makes it real.
Yeah.
Like I really said that was real dumb.
No, but you saying to someone else that doesn't have anything to do with your relationship and don't have any feelings for you, so they don't have incentive to believe what you're saying.
No, but not only that, but when you say, like, even when you say stuff out loud, like if you've convinced your spouse that what you do is normal,
right?
When you say it out loud, you be like, "Ooh, that do sound horrible." You know what I'm saying? Lena says that's the word, accountability. We don't like accountability, but Black men are the worst. They think that when you tell their business, it's gonna make them look bad, but at some point, you got to find out if you really fighting for your marriage or if you just want to be right. Because sometimes you can't be right and fight for your marriage at the same time. You got to take it.
Sometimes they want to be right instead of being married.
Right.
They say it's hard to find the right one. Some of the counselors are out of this world. And we agree with that. They definitely have to have the right counselor, because we went to some counselors that was saying some craziness like, no, that ain't it.
So y'all know we went to counseling for about 2 years. And some of the stuff they said, we was like, look. We know we ain't together. We was like,
church finger. We'll be back, but we won't really
be
back.
We left some in the car.
Yeah,
we coming right back.
Yeah, we come. Just hold, stay right here. Don't nowhere. We ain't coming back this minute. She'll say some of us have not had counseling since
premarital. Since premarital. But listen, let's stop there. You said since premarital. A lot of people don't believe in premarital counseling, doesn't see an issue with premarital counseling. And the premarital counseling now does not go into details that they need to.
Right.
If you listen to what they talk about, it's so fluff and generic. If you go and we are registered for Orange and Seminole County, do premarital counseling with us, I'm telling you, we're gonna be all in your business, all in your business.
Not like that.
No, yes, like that. No, we
not
do.
Like that, but like that. Anyway, Landon said, "Come on, somebody." Adelia says, "What do people feel about going to a pastor and minister versus certified counselor?" Well, we went to both.
Yeah, we did
So
both.
I think it depends on the people and what your issues are, because some issues the pastors, ministers don't really get into it like they should.
Well, okay, so Adelia,
that's a very nuanced question.
Well, Adelia, some people feel like just pray about it; it's gonna be all right.
Right, and that's the kind of pastor, minister, counselor you don't want to go to.
That's the ones you don't want to go by, because then they're gonna give you a scripture. Because a lot of us know the scripture, but how do I apply it to my life when I want to punch this heifer in her face, or I'm punch this dude
in the face?
You ain't never want to punch me in the face, baby.
Oh no, I just wanted to choke you a little bit.
Baby, did you choke me?
Of course not.
Look, y'all see him kiss me? Y'all know he give me some.
I would never do that. That is not of God. I think both are important. I think you can find a professional that is a believer is the best.
Now that is the best, but it is so hard to do. Right. It is so hard to find, because the ones that are Christian based give you biblical reference and their structure. The people that we have helped that came to us that went to a traditional counselor said they felt like they were reading out of a book. All of them said the same thing. So,
well, that's the thing too. I think all counselors don't tailor what they're doing for their particular client.
Right.
And they just have a generic, okay, read this, do this, everybody. And that's not going to help everybody.
Right.
Everybody have different issues, every couple.
Right, right.
Finding the right counselor definitely critical. The wrong counsel can mess you all the way up.
Listen, we have heard what some pastors and counselors have said.
Oh boy.
And
that is not the business.
I'm still in shock that it came from the person it came from. I'm still traumatized. I still don't want to believe it.
You think that they misspoke?
It got to be something else, because
it got to be something missing there.
Because I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know, because I just want to believe that people at least gonna follow God's leading as for something. But just like anything else, that's why it is good that we have people. That's why God told me this is important, because we talk about can't stand each other. We talk about blending families together, him having being his baby, his family, me being a baby, my family, me and things I had to deal with, him and things. We talk about these things because so often you feel like you're by yourself, and we go to church, we feel like we can shout it out or cry it out or sing it out, or if you don't deal with it, then you're if you're still having problems, you're not saving enough.
See, that's what causes the divorces, the unresolved issues.
Yes.
Everything else is a symptom,
right?
Or outcropping of that.
The unresolved issues can take you down a path, and you're wondering why you're so mad about the fact that he didn't put the shampoo back under the sink, let's just say.
Right.
But it's not about that. You're mad because you feel like he is not a man. He's not providing for you. Your daddy did this, or you know, your uncle who took care of you or took hit. My uncle did this for his wife. So you feel like you're gauging him on this said person.
Right.
And what happened if your husband did not have a role model of what a husband was supposed to be or what a man was supposed to be? So what he does is what he was a product of. And just like as Christians, when we come to God, we give our life to Christ, we are transformed. However, those normal habits and things that we have, God has to go in and do surgery. It doesn't happen overnight. And so we want our spouse to change overnight, or to fix it overnight, or to be better overnight. But we don't clearly communicate what it is that we need or what we want, and sometimes we don't even say that, like, baby, I know that's what you're saying you need. That's not something I can provide for you.
Yeah, but I think too, like you said, sometimes we project what we grew up with onto our spouse.
And that's true. I
And
did that.
every man is different. Like you may have a man that don't want to take out the trash. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that don't mean he's not a man if he's still providing for you, and you know what I'm saying? Like
So,
there's
what
certain
what
things.
happened if that man doesn't want to take out the trash? You gonna have your wife do it if she has not something she want to do? Like that's not
Well, I'm saying that there has to be
a conversation,
right, and a consensus made because he's not automatically doing it doesn't mean he's not.
Well, but
or less than.
but here's the thing: if he never took out trash,
That's what I'm saying.
then
But flip side, what if your wife is not washing the dishes or washing the clothes or whatever you have in your mind that your mom did? Then you're like, well, you ain't no woman because you ain't.
That's the problem we have. We
Right.
a lot of times bring
You project on the other people.
we bring. I don't clearly communicate with you that, you know, my dad cut the yard. My dad did this. My dad did that. He did this, and that's what I envision.
These are things I would like for you to do.
Right, but
how do you feel about these things?
But how I communicated, ladies, and which was wrong, was like, you ain't a man. A real man would do X, Y, Z, or my dad did this. I told him a real man would do this because my daddy did it, or my brother-in-law, Jerry, I would say he did X, Y, Z, which was fine. Because I remember one day my sister said how you would help me with the kids and put them to bed and do things like that. Things you do, you took him to the bus stop, and just things you do. Like that's not what Jerry would do. So everybody has their strengths.
Exactly.
But what we do is we focus on this one thing and not realizing my husband's doing 50 things.
Right.
And this one thing that you got a pigeonhole on. Right. I'm gonna let that ruin my marriage. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's right. You have a very narrow focus. And you're missing all the good things that's going on outside of that tunnel vision.
Counseling actually helped me see that. Because one time we were going to counseling and I would say, I want Cedric to do this. And she said, do you really see what's going on? She said, he didn't do it the way you wanted to, but this is what he just told you. He did all these things. So he was making changes, but it was Cedric. I was looking for Freddie Fillmore and not Cedric Thomas. Right. But he was still making the changes. He showed me he cared because he was making changes for me, but I was too stuck on you need to do it the way I say you need to do it. Okay, go ahead.
Dave says, I agree. A professional, balanced counselor that is a Christian/biblical base is helpful. They have been a blessing in my life. Say that again. Say what again?
Which part, Brian? Say what? Right. I'm sorry, we was on a rant.
Yeah.
But I
think that's really a problem, especially with newer couples, because that they haven't had that conversation like you're talking about, where this is what I want, this is what you want. Where can we meet in the middle to make it work?
But I don't think that no one, and I don't even honestly we've told people they need to communicate, but I don't think we've ever just told a couple that, look, you need to sit down and say what your idea of a man looks like or a husband look. No. We've said you need to communicate to each other. But we
had the one couple do that on the exercise where we said, okay, you write down all the things you think your spouse should do. And they wrote down it's the same thing for him. And we had them switch the papers. You remember that?
No, not
it was one of the ones we were meeting at the church.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? But we focus on, oh my Lord, the water is dirty, instead of just drain the tub and put some more water now. Correct. I mean, Jesus. Cat Brian said he's doing 50 things and you are focused on the one you don't like.
Correct.
You know, Brian, I'm gonna tell you this. That was one of the downfalls for me that almost drove me and Cedric to divorce. I mean, we had something going on both sides, don't get me wrong. Right. But I was so busy focused on, I wanted him to do this. And the counselor and your mama checked me. I ain't talked to her for 2 weeks. One time she checked me. You remember that? But your mama said to me, she said, are you kidding me? You're mad about that? And this man doing other stuff? And she's like, that's stupid. I was like, I don't even like what you said. It was real proper. She's like, that's stupid, Angie. That's stupid. I was like, I don't like you. I ain't talked to her for 2 whole weeks. We still laugh about that to that day. But I still have to retrain myself to not focus on certain things in life that happens, because I was raised with Freddie Fillmore and he does it a certain way. I know Cedric Thomas loves me by the way he treats me, the things he thinks that I need that I don't even know that I need, because he knows that I'm in pain, or he knows that this would make my life easier. That's how you know somebody loves you. They are looking out for what's going to make your life better. Right. when you don't even know you need it. Yashika, that's correct. Many times we focus on the not instead of what is happening. Right. And that causes you to not be present in the moment. You ever been okay, we had these women that their husband would plan, they would say, my husband never planned anything. He would plan something surprise for them, take them on a trip. And instead of saying he took the time to plan a trip, right, they focus on, well, he didn't tell me where he's going, so he ain't packed the right stuff, or I wouldn't have gone to this restaurant at this time, or I would have used another hotel. Complain all the time. They deballed, I'm gonna say that man so much that he never wanted to do it again, and they couldn't understand why. I do, because instead of you saying, "Oh my God, baby, thank you for I've been wanting you to do something for me, surprise. Thank you." Now later on, you can say, "Baby, next time we go, now don't say it on that trip, right, but next time you go, you can say, baby, all right, if we going somewhere cold, make sure I have a jacket, or if I'm going to make like stuff like that." Little subtle hints that you can do, but you don't do it when the man has taken his time, because you are not going to get him to do that or open up again if you keep cutting him down every time he tried. Right. And I'm going into the women because we're the one that nag at that stupidness. I've heard so many women that their man tried their best to surprise them because that's what they said they wanted. They want a man that's going to think about them and this and the other. And he done got the kids kept. Why you ain't asking about that? And why the and the kids, girl, them his kids too. Shut up. Right. Shut up and enjoy the moment. Shut up, lay down, open your legs, and probably do something.
Hello, somebody.
If he do all that, you better do something.
Hello, somebody. Delia says, seeing good examples in the church are good. I haven't felt as comfortable going to my pastor for counseling as a personal preference, individually, marriage, other than premarital. Each person has a level of comfort, and these sessions may cost to or insurance that can be a barrier to the cost. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Michelle says, I used to get upset because my husband never planned vacations for us. I always had to do that, but he gets up every morning and cook my breakfast. Picking your battles are critical.
Girl, y'all heard what she said? We're going to read that. She used to get him mad because he wouldn't plan vacation, but he got up every morning and cook breakfast. Pick your battles.
That's a good man.
Pick your battles. Now, somebody would say that's a woman's role, right, to cook breakfast every day. Right. But now this is the thing. My husband ain't cooking, but if I am sick or if I don't feel well, he would either make something or be like, babe, I'm gonna stop by and get you something. So this is the thing. You gotta let him operate in the lane that is gonna work for him. Because when you want him to look out for you, but he's so busy worried about whether you're gonna fuss at him, when he looks out for you, right, you are cutting your blessings off.
You skip it. Put that right here. Delia says, OMG, getting checked by wise counsel is hard. It starts with me taking responsibility for my part.
Listen, we have a lot of couples that we see that are from other ministries, from other churches in leadership. And they don't feel comfortable going to their leadership, Adelia, because, some people have issues with pornography and things that are, you might not want to tell your pastor about how many times you want your wife to give you head. That might be a little bit too much for them. Right. And, we laugh and joke, but
especially if you're in the church that got an older pastor, you know what I'm saying? Older.
But even if it's a younger pastor, you still like,
right? How they gonna see me or look at
right?
me?
Like if you say I want her to have sex every day, and you're like, what? So anyway, conversations can get derailed, and not as honest with somebody that you deal with on a regular basis.
Well, also too, if you grew up in that church and the pastor knew you when you was young,
right?
Now she says, I agree with knowing what each one needs / wants their spouse to be for them. What does that look like to you? This is extremely important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, though, you have to clearly communicate and not dictate. That's the problem. I did a lot of dictating too. I told my husband what he needed to do.
See, that's the problem. You were dictating instead of taking dictation.
I took dictation.
No, not enough.
I did both.
You were dictating more than a dictation.
Lies you tell.
And
Lies.
she could say, stick it and moving. That's
Stick
right.
it. Listen, y'all.
Stick it, move it, run it.
So we need to ask, did y'all do the stick it and move it challenge? Did y'all hurricane stick it and move it?
Michelle Scott Shorts. Wow, great perspective.
Right,
Says Adelia
right.
Chambers. Yes, my husband is a very good man. He knows I get up late and will skip eating. I am diabetic, so he makes sure I eat breakfast.
And see, listen, that is what your goal. The shit you suck.
Tighten up.
We're not gonna tell nobody we did y'all premarital counseling because you're failing right now.
Look, y'all newlyweds. Y'all got to get to it. Let's do it.
Right. How we popping on the hand saying you not? Having somebody that care about your health as much as you do is important. Like I'll add, like I'll try to go in there, I'll throw some sausage in the air fryer and I make some eggs real quick, egg whites, and then I'll put toast and toast it. Now he might put the sandwich together, but I've tried to get something, even I don't, because he was like Sunday, I preached Sunday. And he was like, baby, you ain't gotta cook. He's I'll buy you something to eat or whatever. And I was like, no. And what I didn't tell him was that I went and did my walk with the dog in the morning before Sunday morning. And I felt horrible Saturday night. I think the storm is whatever, my allergies and asthma. I was eyes swollen and puffy, just a mess. But when I walked, I felt like God told me to make breakfast. I don't know why. It wasn't no rhyme or reason, wasn't no whatever. And it's one of those moments that if I'm telling you the whole message about listening to God and being able to hear, and if God is telling me to do it.
By the way, Angie gave a great message. So guys need to go on YouTube and check that out. It's called Among Us is the name of the message. And it was very, very good. She got deep.
It wasn't a shouting message.
Hey, don't worry about that. It was a good message.
It was a check yourself message. So
forget all that. Just go look at it to bless your life.
Well, thank you, baby. Although my husband told me he got to go back and take the test.
No, I got to write it down because when you were saying it, I didn't put it in my notes in my phone. So I got to go look at it and write it in my notes, the first part.
Having somebody that is down for you is irreplaceable.
Right.
And I know we talk about it, we laugh, we joke. And I said Sunday that I kissed a couple of frogs before I got to my prince. And we don't like to talk about the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
I was married before and I made a mistake. And I thought that when I married Cedric, it was a mistake. He thought the same thing. But
I do use my blessing.
Cedric, if you don't stop that mess, I would check it out. And you know what?
I knew it.
It's not on our page, Michelle, so I would have to send it to you.
It's on Freedom Ministries page, right?
Don't be telling about it.
We go look at that thing.
But
you did good. You did real good.
I'm thankful for the growth that I know that I've made. The things that I did and how miserable I made his life on a lot of times. The demands that I put on him. The way that I talked to him like he was my child or my subordinate as opposed to my husband, my covering, my helpmeet, played a difference. And what I had to do in the shifting, and he'll tell you, is when God checked me and told me that I'm supposed to do it as unto the Lord, not as unto Cedric.
I thought you were going to say irregardless.
I'll bite you. I had to do it as unto the Lord because if I'm doing it for Cedric poked the bear. Every time I tried to do right, he would do things just to see if I was really serious. And that's how life will. You talk about what God's doing in your life, the devil gonna see if you really about that.
Right.
And when I realized that when I do things as unto the Lord, that ain't my responsibility to fix the other person, to check the other person, to make them change or better. I could only work on me. And he, for a while, would think that something was wrong with me. I mean, so much for, I keep telling this story. He would make me, like I would cook food and fix his plate. and he looking like, what in the world wrong?
Mm-mm.
And he would make me take a bite first.
You eat first. Let me see what's happening.
So, hey Tio,
What up, man?
I would fix his plate and he would make me take a bite because of the drastic change that happened in my life because of my encounter with God. And we don't believe that it can happen. But if God can turn us around and not only have us in a good marriage, but have us where we help other people, we didn't think we were gonna stay married, more or less, be helping somebody.
Well, that's right. Adi says, recently, as I spent more time reflecting on my role and taking time to stop, God was able to speak. My marriage is my first ministry unto
Absolutely.
the Lord outside of my relationship with God.
Absolutely. And we get that messed up.
And
And
we normally give our spouse what's left
our leftovers.
after we've been to work and put our best foot forward and went to the everything else, the PTA meeting and this and that.
I compare it to is we leave home in the morning, dressed up, dressed nice, hair, makeup, whatever. And then by the time your spouse come home, they see you done took your wig off, you done took your makeup, your waist trainer off, everything is off.
You got the house dress with the holes in it.
You look
stains.
You look
terrophable.
Look what, baby? What would it look?
Terrophable.
He's done. Here you go, him.
Terrible and awful together.
You said a mouthful there, Angela. Do it as unto the Lord. Service to each other is so important. If we got that part, hot boiled man. Right.
Yes, sir.
If we really got the part that this is a ministry and this is my first ministry, then you would rethink your responses and your reactions and your interaction, your tone. All of that stuff would be checked if that was your mentality, but you don't often think that that's your
right. You don't look at it in that perspective.
Right. Regularly.
Because most people that when you, especially like I said, you get married or you're younger, your focus is what can they do for me to make my life easier? How can they do for me, make me, serve me? You're not thinking about the other person.
Right.
When in actuality, it's supposed to be what can you do for the other person to make their life easier?
But that doesn't make that goes against everything that the world teaches us about marriage.
It goes against human nature.
No, but what the world teaches about marriage is that when, like we talked before, when you get married, when two people get married, the first thing they ask is, what does he do? How you gonna take care of my daughter? How you gonna, and all those are good questions. But what do we ask the woman? What are you bringing? Because most time all she can say is she bring her hot pocket.
Right. And that ain't gonna get it.
And it done been.
Everybody got a hot pocket.
Everybody got a hot pocket.
A lot of times the hot pocket they bring is raggedy.
It's what, babe?
It's raggedy. He done seen a lot of microwaves.
Wait, the hot pocket done seen a lot of microwaves?
Might have been warmed up a lot of times. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
My hot pocket was not warmed up a lot of times. Just know I'm pinching my husband before he says something stupid.
I ain't said nothing.
You ain't said nothing, but you will. I can see your mind. Mm-hmm. It's going around in circles. Look.
The Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. A lot of microwaves.
Look, a lot of microwaves.
A lot of microwaves.
I done seen a few microwaves in my day.
A lot of microwaves.
Burn on it.
They get all hard and crunchy on the end. Yeah, buddy. That's
Is it still ooey gooey in the middle? Is what we want to know. I missed that brother right there, baby. Michelle said something.
Yeah, in marriage, keeping the same energy when you are angry is a true challenge. But
woo! Now,
go that one.
Keep that same energy when you mad. Listen, when that's what you do next time, you like, keep that same energy. But we actually use it for the reverse. The wrong thing. Yeah. When we get mad, we be like, okay, keep that same energy when you want some. Don't operate like that. Don't operate like that. Give your husband his due.
Yeah.
Right, listen.
Go on, give him that old raggedy hot pocket.
My hot pocket was gently. You know how you go on eBay and you sell something and say new, light new,
slightly used.
I'm slightly used.
Let my people go.
I was slightly used, babe.
Okay.
What category would you put me in on eBay?
That's irrelevant. I got you now. You mine. The Lord say that in Him you become a new creature. You have been transformed.
So I got a new hot pocket.
No, I ain't say that now. But I think they got some surgery or something you can get for that there. But you know, you're a new creature in the Lord. You've been transformed.
Oh Jesus! Y'all, what y'all gonna do with Cedric?
You say that, baby.
Oh my God!
So,
Later, shut up.
Yeah, we
Lance say so. Burn on the ends, you gotta throw it all away.
You can't throw it. Yeah, when you leave it in there too long, it'd be so hard you can't even bite through the shell. Cut it with a knife, a steak knife. As long as you get in there,
cut the ends and use a miller.
There it is. New and improved. There you go. That's what Michelle said. Into your hot pocket had my boy Drew.
Say that. Say that. See,
listen,
T.O. he don't like to tell the truth.
No,
that this thing says,
okay.
I'm strong.
Hey, let me address that.
Go ahead, address it, baby.
Just so we're gonna go with the eBay. You know how you go to eBay and somebody's selling shoes.
I will punch in your face. I already know.
And they be used, but they have that stock online picture on there. So you think you get some new shoes and you show up and them shoes be beat like them. These ain't the picture you had on that nigga. These old beat up shoes. He had a brand new picture on there.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
What's up, Derek?
Okay, Derek, listen. Shannon, don't laugh at him. Listen. My hot pocket had you drooling. I'm gonna let Terrence come. Listen, my hot pocket had you drooling.
You on eBay catfish.
Take it back.
These ain't brand new.
Take it back.
You got the stick on them and everything. They ain't brand new. You ain't even had the box. You just send them in an old Walmart bag. But guess what?
What?
I cleaned them up. I'm wearing them all the time.
That's right.
They fit good too.
You got Derek laughing at you.
Broke them in.
Derek and Shannon. Y'all can't be laughing at this boy. There's something wrong with him. But listen, people often say, "Oh,
hot pocket."
Shut up, Cedric. Listen, my husband, like, he don't just come up with this stuff. Brandon, let me say, we were driving the other day, right? And he said something about he was built, right? And I was like, Cedric.
What?
So then he changed. He said, I'm chuff. I said chuff. He said that's buff plus chubby. And then he told me I was chuffy, which was fluffy and chubby together.
Chuffy.
Listen, you don't get to a place that we are now, and we are not perfect. We are not ever saying that. Please understand. Hold on.
Derek say trying to get some PTTO time, baby. Oh, T.O. said he'd make an appointment to see me.
He didn't want to leave, T.O. He didn't want to leave his hot pocket.
Oh, Lord. What's this one say right here? Sir didn't know the hot pocket got him satisfied.
You better say it.
Yeah, I got no choice now, boy. Huh? Is it now 5? You gonna get 5?
5 what, Cedric?
You know what it is.
5 what, Cedric?
And no, I wasn't looking either. I wasn't watching.
Child, we had a hurricane hunch. Like, you know how you have hunch and lunch? We had hurricane hunch. And Cedric will be watching out. We doing some sneakery. And he ain't watching.
I ain't looking for nothing.
He told me, he lied, told me he was watching.
I wasn't watching nothing. My eyes are closed. The children would have came in and ruined their whole life. I was looking at that.
Oh God, they couldn't see it, dog. Look, it was dog.
My eyes are closed tight.
They got a flashlight. What you doing to my mama?
Mind your business.
What you doing to my mama? Ooh, there's a trying to get us to beat these other time. Child, we did
Yeah,
that.
brother.
I'm finna go right ignorant. Hurricane here. No, it was Hurricane Hunch. They looking. Come on, hurry up. They looking. Hurry up.
Right. It was. We weren't supposed to be doing it. We had no business.
Listen.
Felt good, boy.
Yeah, that. You have to be
Well, you're not supposed to be doing it.
Well, we was doing that.
Right.
I know. But here come the dog. What y'all doing?
It's on now. He's right there. Look, nosing. All in the way. Stupid dog.
Woo, y'all, we finna go off of here tonight.
Woo.
Take a minute right now to share this to your page. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to be encouraged.
Right.
Somebody needs some motivation to say that I know that my marriage is raggedy right now. The hot pocket was misrepresented. Right. He ain't doing this right. But no, seriously. Somebody needs encouragement in their marriage. Mm-hmm. And they don't often tell you. They won't put that part on Facebook.
Right. And we gonna do what we supposed to do. Get on here on Monday like we supposed to.
We have been this, okay?
I know we talked
we talked about accountability.
So we gonna have
Yashika and who was it? Mildred. And Mildred held me accountable last week. And I texted Yashika and said, live in 5. Have fun. And she put that out loud.
That's right.
So anyway, I'm gonna say Michelle.
Listen, you made that on everything before
I did. And I was listening. This hurricane trying to clean up behind the walls up and did something to me. I laid down in the bed. I was gonna lay down for a couple hours. Oh, night. Say Mella?
Mella, I think so. I need to hear this. Thank you both so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for joining us. Shannon said right.
Thank you guys. That's the next one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you for tuning in, Shannon.
Listen, we just want people to know that everybody be putting on their pretty pictures on Facebook, but it's some raggedy mess that's happening currently or have happened, right, or could possibly happen. But know that somebody has made it through the situation that you have made it through, unless you get dead. No, you get dead, you can't make it through it. But we just saw somebody get shot. How many times shot? 12 times?
14.
I don't know how she ain't died.
14 times.
This man shot his baby mama 14 times. Left and came back, shot some more in front of his kids.
Twice he left and came back.
I just don't understand.
That is ridiculous.
And Nafisha said good night. Hey, Nafisha.
What's up, buddy?
Absolutely. Just know, and we're going to pray and we're going to go, that there are so many people that need to know that you can make it. Mm-hmm. We did not see a light at the end of the tunnel during them first 5 years. Oh my God.
Said I wouldn't make it. Said I wouldn't be here today.
Okay, what they said, what else now?
But they lied. Because I'm her. Them lied. They lied.
Y'all, this is how he act all the time. He just say random stupidness and you bust out laughing. And I got this laugh like, ah!
You lie, you a cheater.
So you went from church song to Shirley Murdoch or somebody?
Heartbreaker. I don't even know something.
You lie. That's Kelly Price, I think it is.
Is it? I can't know.
Have a great rest of your week, everyone. Thank you for the laughs and the wisdom. Thank you. Again, share this to your page right now before we go. Please, so somebody can hear this. Like us, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube. We need to get our YouTube following up.
That's right. Help us.
Help you. We did that together.
That's right, baby. Teamwork. Make the dream work.
Help us help you.
Help us help you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta say it with emphasis.
I ain't fast nothing. Ooh. Lena finally made it back. They just came back from Dubai. That's what you get from going to Dubai.
Our world travelers.
That's what you get from going to Dubai. You get stuck over there. You left us.
We went to Lake Eola now. Swans, baby. Dirty water. You seen us? We doing it.
Did you say we went to Lake Eola?
Feeding the swans collard greens. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm glad y'all made listen, girl.
I know right.
That's a whole nother story.
We made it.
I know, right? I didn't think we were gonna make it, but we did. That's a Shonda moment right there. I want to just run around, but I'm tired. I feel like running around.
Now I'm Chuff.
What?
Let me check for you.
Good night, Shannon. She said, "Good night, BLU."
Hashtag BLU. You better get that hashtag going. Hashtag BLU. You see us?
Why are you so
You
extra?
see us?
Why are you extra right now?
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I wish we were here for the storm. No, you didn't.
No, you don't want that. But it wasn't that bad though. We had power out for a little bit, but it was great.
He keeps saying that we had water. Especially when they went all the way to sleep. He said he ain't got to worry about going to work, so he didn't care. We had water on, and we were swimming. He was like,
"You ain't know no water in there either."
I did get up.
You should have went to sleep like everybody else.
I was sleeping. Your mama kept calling me because y'all went answering.
My mama don't like to sleep. What's wrong?
She don't know what sleep is.
No, at all. She don't not like to sleep at all.
I want to know what sleep is.
Yeah, she's learned. She tripping.
All right, so gotta go through to get through. Listen,
yeah, buddy.
That's the whole word right there.
But
we made it. We made it. Yes, I would put in the link to my message, but I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, good message, man. It was very good. It was very good.
All right, are you gonna pray us out, honey? What you like me to do it? You were so proud of me, babe.
I was. Go ahead. Do your thing. Keep the momentum going.
That's crazy. All right, Lord, we thank you for this Monday night, Lord. We just want to thank you again for helping us to make it through Hurricane Ian. Yes, we've had, different types of damage to our city and our houses and just different things, Lord, but we are alive, Lord. And that's a new opportunity to, rebuild and go to the grocery store and get what we need to get. But Lord, some people lost their lives. So we wanted to be thankful for that. But Lord, we just thank you for this marriages and each and every couple that is represented on here. Those who are married, those who want to get married, Lord, that you would help them to get something out of this live and to continue to just get close to you, Lord. They can be the men and women of God, the wives, the husband that you call them to be, Lord. Not what the world tells us to be, but who you called us to be. Help us to be different. Help us to be an example, Lord, that we do have hard times, we do have struggles, but Lord, it is good when we have someone that we are connected with, that loves us, Lord, and that we are a team together, Lord. So we thank you right now. We cancel assignment of the enemy with all these marriages, or even the single people that want to be married. We speak that the right person will come into their path, Lord, and that any counterfeit will be exposed, Lord. Amen. We thank you right now. We call tonight blessed and the rest of the week blessed, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Like, share, subscribe.
Please go follow us on YouTube. Please. Hey. It's the one with the
Did you say opportunity to go to the grocery store and get what we need to get? That was your prayer?
No, I was saying I said opportunity. I said we can go to the grocery store. People that died can't go to the grocery store and get nothing. They lost their life. They can't go buy that again.
They might have a grocery store in hell. You don't know.
Do you say a grocery store in hell? Oh God. Amen. Love you, Lena. Love you, Derek. Love you, Michelle.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
We do. I feel like y'all my family members,
right.
Lord. Y'all
like, share, subscribe.
Please like us on
YouTube.
On YouTube. We're trying to get our subscriber life up, man. Come on.
Derek, you promised us some subscribers now.
Derek, you promised us some subscriptions.
Some subscriptions.
What do they call subscribbles?
Subscribbles.
Who that says subscribbles?
I don't know. We just said just now.
No, but somebody said that. Love you, Yashika.
Sheik.
Make us look good, Yashika. Okay. You didn't know the answer to you didn't know the answer to the test. You was failing. Okay.
Tighten up.
All right, Michelle, move to YouTube. Thank you. All right, guys, listen, have a wonderful week, and we will do the same.
Peace.